children, come back to our second class. In the first class we have started the lesson of English course book, that is Going Places Unit 1. In that section 1, Footloose to Agra, which is written by Ruskin Bond. You have learned in the previous class about author introduction and the way how the boy juggle in the crowded city of Agra and how he makes his customer, his person to be comfortable in his rickshaw. Okay, all this we have learned. And where this boy had bought this author Ruskin Bond, he had made him to get introduced to the famous monument. Which is that? Yeah, it's in Agra, the Taj Mahal. Okay, when the passenger, the customer who was sitting in his rickshaw, he was saying what a beautiful scene it is. What scene you have learned in the last class about? The kites which were flying in sky and it was looking too beautiful. Is it or not, children? Yeah. And but this rickshaw driver or the rickshaw boy, the young chap, he did not see to that all as the author was conversing him. He said this is quite common, and he asked him to see today's best monument, today's best thing of that city. Which is that city? About Agra. Yes, in Agra's beautiful monument, that is about Taj Mahal. Okay, then before they have their lunch, they have stopped or spotted to the place, to the Taj. Okay, so come back to our reading. As every time I do, first I will read the paragraph, then I will start the explanation with meanings and paragraph explanation. Okay, children. So come to the page number 14 where we have stopped. It is difficult to view the Taj at noon. The sun strikes the white marbles and there is a great dazzle of reflected light. It stands there with averted eyes looking at everything. The formal gardens and surrounding wall of red stones, the winding river, everything except the monument I have come to see. So who had come to see here? The author Ruskin Bond. He had come. And what did he say that? After lunch we will see. Then before taking lunch he want to see this, as the boy said. Then it was hot noon. Then what this boy said? Yes sir, it is beautiful noon, but it is striking. What is striking? The sun rays are striking toward the white marble. How Taj Mahal is built? With beautiful white marbles. And the sun is dazzling it rays. He is saying that, means it is reflecting. So the meaning of the word averted eye, children. So come to the meaning. The word meaning of the averted eyes means turning one's eyes away to avoid something you don't want to see. Okay. So this is the meaning of this word. Okay. So the walls are red. The pillars are standing in the red stone. And the river is flowing. Except the monuments, everything he is able to see, but he doesn't want to see that because the rays of sun is reflecting him. Okay, so come back to the next paragraph. It is there, of course, very solid and real, perfectly preserved, with very jade, jasper and lapis lazuli playing its part in the overall design, and after a while I can shade my eyes and take in the vision of shimmering white marble, the light rising in waves from the shimmering paving stones, and the squares of black and white marble create an effect of running water. Inside the chamber it is cool and dark but rather musty, and I waste no time in hurrying out into the sunlight. Now what according to this paragraph, children? Here the boy, the rickshaw boy, he is saying, yes, of course the main monument it is there only. Means the solid and the real perfectly it is preserved. And how it is carved, how it is covered. See, this monument Taj is covered and carved with beautiful stones. Is it? So they have given few words: jade, jasper, lapis lazuli. So the meaning of these words, let us see. So jade means a hard stone that is usually green and is used in jewelries and decorative objects. So these precious stones are also being fixed in this Taj. Okay, that is jade. And the other is jasper, a hard and reddish brown semi-preserved stone. And lapis lazuli, a bright blue stone used in making jewelries. This kind of stones which are very precious, which are used in ornaments to make beautiful ornaments, both men, women, both they wear. These even these precious ornaments are the stones are used to decorate this Taj Mahal. This all he can see, he said. The boy was explaining so beautiful way. Ruskin Bond was just weaving to his words and his actions. Okay. Then he said, according to this paragraph, what did you understood? The monument is really preserved there. It is protected very nicely. And the stones, everything you can see there. Overall, the design you can see, you can view with your eyes, he is saying. The author is saying that I can shade my eyes and take it in a vision in shimmering form. What is the meaning of this shimmering here, children? The meaning of the word shimmering means shining with a soft light that seems to move slightly. How it moves? It moves very softly. Means it won't hurt. It won't prick to the eyes. Okay. So these all are the precious stones which are covered to the Taj Mahal. It enhances the beauty of Taj Mahal. Okay. So it is very means how we feel when we see the stones, means the gems and all. With gold, if we see the gems, how it sparkle, is it or not? Does that light or that spark of that stone hurt our eyes? No, it gives a different kind of cooling. Okay, so see here, the light rise in waves. So how he said that the shimmering of white marble is enhancing these all colorful stones or these gems. So he says that the light rises in waves from the shimmering paving stones. What is the paving means here, children? The meaning of the word paving means a flat piece of stone that is used for carving. Okay. So the marble is white marble which is decorated with beautiful different colors of stones. Okay. And it creates a different effect of running water. The water is flowing beside it and the monument is in the center and it is decorated so beautifully. It is carved in that delicate way. Okay. And how inside it is very dark, it is very cold. And no one wants to come out from the musty, rather it is musty. So the meaning of the word of this word musty means smelling damp and unpleasant because of lack of fresh air. Why this Taj no doubt it is very beautiful, but inside it is musty. Why it is musty? Because it is covered, it is sealed, it won't have any gap or windows to the fresh air to pass out, okay, enter or pass out. So it is little musty. Okay, children. So without wasting time, I will be back out again. Okay, so come back to the next paragraph. I walk the length of a gallery and turn with some relief of river scene. The sluggish Yamuna went past Agra on its way to union with Ganga. I know the Yamuna well. I know where it emerged from, the foothills near Kalsi, cold and blue from the melting snow. I know as it is winds its way through fields of wheat and sugar and mustard across the flat plains of Uttar Pradesh. Sometimes placid, sometimes in flood. I know the river at Delhi, where its muddy banks are a patchwork of cloth spread out by the hundreds of washermen who serve the city. And I know it is in Mathura, where it is alive with huge turtles. Mathura, sacred city whose belongings or whose beginnings are lost in antiquity. So children, see here. What did you understand from this paragraph? The author said that I know the length of Yamuna. Where Yamuna actually is, they have given the word sluggish. What is the meaning of this word, children? Sluggish means moving or working more slowly than normal. In the way it seems lazy. And where the Yamuna actually is merged, the Yamuna from Agra, it joins or its reunion or its union to Ganga. Meaning it joins to Ganga. And the author saying, I know well where it emerged from the, emerge means here, where it takes birth. Okay. It takes birth in the foothills of Kalsi. And how the color the author had explained it in cold and blue form, whereas melting snow. And even the wind it blows, from which see the author had explained from Agra it flows, then later on in Kalsi how the river had emerged, and the wind which blows from the fields. What kind of fields he had described here? He had described the fields of wheat, sugarcane and mustard, and the flat plains of Uttar Pradesh. Okay, sometime placid. So what is the meaning of this word placid, children, here? Calm and peaceful with little movement. How the farms will be, how the agricultural land will be, the plants which have been grown up. So the mustard plants you have seen, yes, means greenery, full of greenery as well as the yellowish flowers. In the same way here again the sugarcane which stands straight. Okay, so this all kind of wheat, sugarcane and mustard lands or fields are being seen here according to this